Hello, friends. Today I'm sharing a story about betrayal, patience, and a reversal no one saw coming. This is the story of how a young woman was publicly humiliated by her own family during her father's will reading, laughed at, mocked, and dismissed as worthless, only for everything to change with a single revelation that left the entire room stunned. Before we begin, take a moment to subscribe, like, and share this video with someone who enjoys powerful real-life stories. Your support truly means everything. Thank you. Now let me take you into the story. Her name is Charlotte Hayes. She's 27 years old. And just 2 weeks after burying her father, she learned that grief can always find a deeper level. The will reading took place at the old Carter family estate in Vermont. That afternoon, the wide white-paneled living room buzzed, not with sorrow, but with anticipation. The scent of lemon polish hung in the air, mixed with stale coffee that had clearly been sitting out for hours. Charlotte's stepmother, Margaret, sat perched on an antique chair like royalty awaiting her crown. Beside her was Charlotte's half-brother, Jonathan, wearing a suit far too crisp for a man who had never worked a day in his life. Around them sat relatives, uncles, aunts, cousins, murmuring politely, but watching eagerly like vultures circling a meal. Charlotte sat toward the back, fingers twisting nervously around the strap of her handbag. She'd been mostly estranged from this side of the family ever since her father remarried. Margaret never hid her dislike for her, and after Jonathan was born, Charlotte may as well have vanished. Still, some part of her believed her father would remember the late nights helping with homework, the summers fishing together, the quiet bond they shared. Then the family lawyer, Mr. Whitman, stepped forward. His voice was calm and practiced as he began reading. To Margaret, the family home. To Jonathan, the controlling interest in the family company. To uncles and cousins, land, investments, and properties, including the hunting lodge Charlotte's father once promised her when she was just 12. Charlotte's chest tightened. Then Whitman looked directly at her. To my daughter, Charlotte Hayes, I leave nothing. The room froze, then erupted. A cousin chuckled. Someone whispered, "Guess she didn't make the cut." Another voice muttered, "Well, guess Daddy didn't love her like that." Margaret leaned forward, smiling sweetly. "Well, Charlotte," she said, "looks like you'll need a real job now."
Laughter rippled through the room. Charlotte sat frozen, her humiliation burning beneath a mask she barely held together. Her father was gone, and now it felt like he had abandoned her even in death. The reading ended. Chairs scraped. Coats were grabbed. Margaret loudly declared, "Finally getting what we deserve." Jonathan paused as he passed Charlotte. "Tough break, sis." Charlotte left without responding. Outside, the winter air cut sharply against her face. She crossed the porch and reached her car, parked beneath the old maple tree where her father once hung a tire swing just for her. The memory struck hard. She sat behind the wheel, forehead resting against it, fighting tears. Then someone tapped on her window. It was Mr. Whitman. Quietly, urgently, he told her there was something she needed to see, something her father left that wasn't meant for public eyes. From his coat, he produced a plain white envelope with Charlotte's name written in her father's unmistakable handwriting. "Read this," he said, "then meet me tomorrow morning. Private office, 10 o'clock. That envelope changed everything. Inside was a letter from her father, explaining that the will reading had been a lie. A performance, a shield. He hadn't left her nothing. He'd done it to protect her, and the next day Charlotte learned the truth. She was the sole heir to over $50 million in land, companies, cash, and properties, including a timber empire no one else even knew existed. But that wasn't the real inheritance. The real inheritance was waiting in a house in Atlanta. Inside that house were secrets, files, records, proof of betrayal, fraud, and infidelity, evidence her father had gathered for years. Knowledge powerful enough to destroy the people who had mocked her. And when the time was right, Charlotte used it, quietly, patiently, perfectly. Her stepmother lost everything. The family who laughed at her begged for help. And the daughter they dismissed became the owner of the life they thought they stole. In the end, Charlotte learned what her father always knew. Money is power, but information changes the game entirely. So now I'll leave you with this question. If you were in her shoes, would you choose revenge or would you let it all go? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next story.